Alright, good morning. It's update time here. Well, I suppose I can do a quick glimpse of my raised bed here. Got my 3 different buckets there. 2 of them are one kind of carrot and one is another. My bean plants, and I got a bunch of hooks coming up. And radishes have all come up. Well, most of them come up. Peas are starting to come up now too, and there's my 1 pea plant that survived from my planting back in March. Oh, and my gourd here, which is starting to look a lot healthier. You see the new leaves are darker now, so hopefully it'll perk up a bit and start taking off. It's raining the last 3 days now, so there's all my tomatoes already bushing out quite a bit. Actually, I've noticed a big bit of growth, and my sun gold in particular, it's got a lot of flowers on it. Chadwick cherry, black trifle, better boy and big beef, pink Bertona, and my newest addition, which is called a Rutgers. And here's a panoramic of all my peppers now. So I'll make my way around the perimeter here first, I guess. There's my REBB Gusano, my red 7, yellow bullet, which is flowering as you can see here. I pollinated these yesterday, so hopefully those will all turn into final result of a pepper instead of falling off. And then there's my turtle's claw. Those got tons of little flower buds all over them. The Cantina yellow. My other Nagabon, which is starting to bush out on the bottom here. Here's my unknown Chinense, possibly Frutescens cross from Baker's Peppers. He sent me the pod last year. I just got the seeds out of it and planted one of them this year. And this is a really nice plant. It fared a lot better in the end from the sun-scorched. It's got some leaves on it left that are still scalded, but overall it did really well. And here's my CGN 21500, which you can see those couple flower buds, and there's tons more that have yet to open up, and it's starting to get its final blush color on the leaves, like my Pimenta Denade and Hungarian Black, Purple UFO, and Peruvian Purple. So I had a few purple peppers this year. I wasn't sure that these ones would. I know that the peppers themselves had a little bit of a blush on them, but were like a peach colored habanero. And here's my Tobago seasonings. So I had to take the bottom few leaves off of. So whatever on that, it'll be okay. These top leaves are kicking it up. And there's Peach Blit, which you can get a focus here. A bunch of flower buds on most of the nodes here, most of the main side branches. And finally, the unknown is starting to bounce back. It was quite wilted for a while. Did not like being transplanted, but it did not like being in the overly moist soil it was in either, so I had to do something because I didn't want it to die. We'll see if I get any peppers. Otherwise, I might not grow any from seed next year and just overwinter a bunch of these and take care of them. Here's white butt. Both of those looking really good. There's a few flowers not opened yet, but they're developing surely. Same here. This one still got a lot of the leaves on it from the hailstorm. My wife actually asked me if it was bugs, and I was like, no, they've been like this. Well, some of them are beat up. I suspect there may be insects, but I don't know. White Fatalis, they are still kicking it up. They're big enough so that they survive, but they got some nasty scorched leaves. Both of those. I don't think there's any flower buds forming yet. It's still trying to put out a lot of the side growth. Excuse the noise. My neighbors are getting a new roof put, or rather new siding put on their house. So Bikinos, Again, those are another one that you can see from this distance shot. A little bit of a tough time with the sun, but tons of flowers on these that are, actually there's a few peppers too. Right here is one. And when I say peppers, they're just the proto peppers. Flowers about to open on this one. And here's my nursery habanero number 1. Tons of flowers. I mean, there's probably 3 or 4 dozen, and none of them have fallen off yet that I can see. Even down the bottom side branches, there's some flowers forming too. This is a really healthy plant. They took really good care of it, and I'm glad I picked a couple of these ones out. My Jamaican, this one's still kind of in rough shape. You can see by the leaves. Not a lot of sun-scorched. At first there was, but I don't know, the leaves are just a really funky texture and they're growing really weird. So I'm not sure what to think about that. Hopefully the one out at my mom's bounces back. My pimenta dinades now, you see they're getting their sun tan. Very, very pretty looking leaves now with the purple veins and blush on them. So this is a tall plant now. This, I don't think this one does, but yeah, here we go. This one's got a couple flower buds forming. Hopefully I can get that to produce at least a couple of pods for the season. And here's my bird's eye. Still, the stem is still thickening up. I don't know if there's any flower buds on it yet, but it's slowly but surely putting out new growth, and it's steadily getting taller. And as you can see with this one too, some new growth happening. Look out some of these leaves, excuse me, here. Now here's where we got some issues here. Look at my CGN 22184s. I'm not sure if they're gonna make it. Some new growth on the bottom, but a lot of it's turning yellow right away or falling off. So we'll see about these ones. Hopefully they bounce back, but if they don't, I'm not gonna be completely disappointed. Although I was looking forward to those peppers. They were one of my favorites last year that I got in a sampler pack from Xander Spice on the hot pepper. And here's my yellow orange bird pepper. This one is doing really well. You see it's a ton of new growth on the sides. Nice and tall, but not leggy. Could be a little windier. I hope that it kicks up to make the stalk stronger. And my Peruvian purple, getting really, really dark now. I can pluck off some of these curled up leaves that have been on here for a while. Not sure what exactly it was. If it was a mineral deficiency or if it was just overwatered one time, and I don't know. But here's another couple that are looking much, much better. My red ricotos. I don't know if you can notice any but from my eyes, they look quite a bit bigger than last week. And there's a new growth on the bottom. The stalks of these have firmed up a lot. They're ones that was really sensitive with the watering and got edema. There are a couple flower buds forming. They're really small on this, but hopefully I'll get some ricoto pods. Those ones were pretty screechingly hot but not the hottest that I've heard they can get. And here's my TCO7246. That's another one that's starting to put out microscopic almost flower buds, but it's doing a lot better now that it's been outside for a while. Stalks are finally firming up for a while. This one was kind of rubbery from the edema, and then of course I lost the other one. Here's my CO4392s, the Cheyenne. You can see a bunch of new growth on those. They're looking much healthier now. They're finally adjusted. And my Eximiums. Again, this one, I think the bigger one, yeah, it is putting out some flower buds, but they're small yet. And this is the Ahicito. They're getting really tall still, but still no flowers. Bacadums usually have a longer growing season overall. And there's the Bishop's Crown, really fluffing out. I'm glad that that one's perking up. And my lemon drops have, I mean, this one especially, just look at it. Just since last week. Big, big, big. And this one's catching up, and they've got a ton of flowers coming up. This one is my most productive plant so far. this one. They're my most productive varieties. Here, I'll show you the peppers. There's one right here. And here's one right here. It's probably got, and here's another, a bigger one right here. So slowly but surely, this one is, I mean, it's arguably my healthiest plant now too. This one did a lot better from the sun than I thought it would. At first it was looking a little rough. Corysitacame, Apache, Pimiento's finally looking a little bit more respectable. They're still looking a little off, but they're improving. And here are my monkey faces. You can see from this light that they're getting a little dark, or a little light from being scalded, but here's my elephant's trunk, and you look at the flower representing underneath here. I think it's already been pollinated, yeah. Yeah, my purple Cheyenne's finally throwing out some flower buds. They're not open yet though. And there's the other one, improving slowly. Cheyenne, tons of flower buds. There was a proto pepper on it the other day, but that fell off. So we'll see if it produces any pods or if these all just keep falling off. Corysitacames, both of them. This one's just ridiculous. Again, another one with dozens of flower buds on it. And Hungarian black finally starting to improve a little bit. After a few days of rain, it's rejuvenated. And here's my sweet. There's the flower. Anaheims. Again, these are looking really nice. And they got a few tiny flower buds here and there, but nothing definitive. And purple UFOs, these both have ridiculous amounts of flowers on them, so I'm looking forward to that. And so I think I've covered them all except for, there's the other 22184, Peruvian purple, red REB Gusano, and Zavery. These ones are all going to go up on the hill, I think. And then these other two Zaveries. So yeah, it's going to be a long video this week, but there we go. See you at location number 2 in a moment. Alright, so here we are at the top of my hill here. Not my hill personally, but I'm going to make the rounds. And there's a panoramic first off. Looks like something stepped in here again. Thankfully it didn't step on the plants. And there's the Ricotta. Steadily leafing out, but it's definitely slowed its growth down. And here's the Apache, which I'm not sure if the flower stayed on it or not. Oh yeah, there it is. There's the proto pepper. And here's the yellow-orange bird pepper. Showing steady growth. This one's looking really nice. And then there's the Cantina yellow, which, oh, it's got a flower bud or two on it. Very nice. And then here's the nursery habanero, which is looking much better than when I came out here the other day and it was wilted. Tons of flower buds that don't seem to be falling off, so that's good. Overall, they seem to be liking their home. And here's the Tio. That lost a few leaves because when I came back the other day it was one of the ones that was really wilted, but it's looking really nice still. Lots of flower buds, not any that are open yet that I can see, but there we are. So, location number 2, everything seems to be going really well. And we'll see at the end of the summer how many pods I get from this location. See you at the other place in just a little bit. Alright, so we're at the final location at my mom's. We'll do a quick panoramic of the mammoths. So, here's the Nagabon. Some clusters of small flower buds are forming way down in here. And over on the other side branches. Same with the peach butt. Nothing big yet. Let's throwing out a lot of them though. A lot of them. Dozens of them. I did lose a branch off it the other day, but it's okay. And then here's the Moruga, which does have a few proto flower buds. This one's got a few leaves that are in kind of rough shape, but I don't want to pluck too many off at once. And can't get too close to some of these, but here's the red 7. And that's got a few small ones forming too. And Manzano, although I can't get too close to it, has also got some flower buds forming on it. And the Jamaican hot chocolate, I'm not sure about. I'm going to cross over here, take a look at the, this is the Bishop's Crown, which also, it's got some flowers now. Well, not open flowers, but flower buds. Let me zoom back here. Ahi Crystal, got a daddy longlegs on it, which can go somewhere else as far as I'm concerned. Not sure if daddy longlegs eat pepper plants, but not going to give him the satisfaction. So Ahi Crystal forming some proto flower buds. Monkey face, same thing. You can see a few of them. I don't think any are open yet that I can, not that I can tell. And same with the Bikino. We'll rub those flowers and see if there's any to pollinate. Well, half a dozen or so peppers on that one. And here's the Congo orange, which also is throwing out some flower buds. And there's the lemon drop, which is coming along nicely. There's some peppers on it that are really tiny yet, but same thing with the 21500. Cantina yellow. And then that's the turtle's claw. Here's the teal. No flowers open yet that I can see. And here's the Tasmanian red. Got a few flower buds now, which is cool. Same thing with the Apaches. Sorry, the Cheyenne. I didn't even realize there's a pepper on here. Cool. And it's stable enough, and there's another one. And a ton of unopened flowers, and another pepper over here. So awesome. There's the Amazon and the the yellow bullet, sorry. Brain fart, or frame bart, as it were. And the Ahisito. Again, I don't see any open flowers on it, but it looks like there might be some tiny flower buds forming. I know Bacadums in general have a long seasons, like the Chinense, so cool. So I got some Cheyennes ripening. Hopefully I'll be able to get some of those within the next week or two. I think I'm going to try and get a better look at this Manzano. Yeah, I don't see any peppers on it, but it did have some flower buds. So anyway, cut this one off here. We're approaching the 20-minute mark for the video total, so there you are. We'll see you next week.